Right now, we're trying to design reality into a very hallucination-prone AI system. We're just kind of wrapping GPT-4 in a game right now, but we're trying to change that so that it's based on an actual world that's consistent, and when people talk about things, these things actually exist in the game. This was always the goal. We kind of tried different things, and I think we're finally ready to tell AI to stop making stuff up altogether and just base what it says on the reality that we're creating. You can't do this by feeding the entire reality into OpenAI's backend every single time you get a single message. So what you have to do is you have to build something called retrieval augmented generation, which allows you to find relevant pieces of information to the context of a conversation and compile those into the context that you feed to OpenAI so that it has all the relevant information it needs to generate a good response based on a consistent world. So that's what we're doing here. I'm using Pinecone as our vector database to retrieve the information about the world. Then I'm going to compile that into something that people can learn about the world through chat. The world will exist in this vector database in Pinecone as mappings, which is pretty much a way of saying a statistical language that the LLM can easily understand and search. Then every time you send a message, we'll grab like the 20 most recent messages, search the vector database for any relevant information. It will then be turned into text that will then send to OpenAI with your messages, and hopefully with the context from the vector database and your messages, a proper response will come back with valuable information that makes you feel like you're in a real consistent universe. A lot of the work that needs to be done on this is figuring out exactly what needs to go into the system and in what format. For instance, if you just are harvesting resources, probably don't need that. But if you establish a guild, you'll probably want that in the vector database so that when someone talks to a character about the guild, they know like when it was established, what type of guild it is, and some of the activities the guild has undergone recently. We've gotten a lot of really helpful feedback about this, and it's definitely helped guide the design of this system. In the end, it will create a better system. Thanks for listening. Talk to y'all later.